Okay, guys, just want to make sure you don't hear me. There. Alright, making sure you guys can hear me and all that. But yeah, welcome. Welcome to those that are going to be joining. Welcome to those that are going to be joining. I do apologize for any lags that may happen. But yeah, welcome to this TGIF live stream. And basically, what this live stream is, and you see the title above you, it's a Venmo Cash App deal. And what it does, basically, or what it's going to be about, is between $1 to $5, if you can do it, and I'm sure some of you can. Um, I'm just going to be up here talking about stuff as much as I can, but between $1 to $5, you can bring up a topic through Venmo, Cash App, and I will try to talk about that, or at least give you, to the best of my abilities, my thoughts on it. Um, and what that does in the process is not only do I immediately get that $1 to $5 that you send, but it allows me to donate or put that into my bank, because right now I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of an overdraft, which I didn't want to have to deal with. When you have bills automatically connected and stuff, it's hard to do. I know some people tell me that I can do unemployment and everything, and that is true. I can do unemployment, but I did it before. I was limited, and I don't know if I'll be able to, restart it, um, at the same amount that I had before. Uh, but here's the thing. I've worked at Walmart and everything, and I do apologize for any bit of lag that is coming your guys' way. Apparently, it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, so I don't know what that is. It'll work itself out. It'll probably work itself out. It just it does that at times. It does that at times to where it can't receive as much data, you know, like it should. But it'll work itself out. But anyway, like I said, if you guys got anything else you want me to talk about, while I'm talking, like I said, up here with Venmo at Brian-Walmart-2 and at Cash App at BW Roses 98, always to do it. And like I said, that automatically allows me to get the money right then and there to utilize. And like I said, it's between $1 to $5, whatever you guys can do. And that's in the description of the live stream here. Whatever you guys can do between $1 to $5 would be greatly, greatly appreciated in the long run. So whatever you guys can do would be greatly appreciated. And hello, Bugs Bunny. Not the real Bugs Bunny, but basically somebody that uses the name. Happy Friday to you too. But yeah, guys, that's one way of helping me out. And also super chats, super stickers, and then afterwards, when it's all processed and everything, super thanks would be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. But anyway, let's just start here. And again, guys, like I said, Cash App, Venmo, to bring up any kind of topic you want me to talk about, be, you know, between $1 to $5, would be uh, greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated because, even the littlest of amount helps out in the long run. Whatever you guys can do. Whatever you guys can do. Anyway, let me see. Where was I? Oh, what was I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's just talk about whatever comes to mind here. Um, First of all, let's see. Let me just okay. Just send this onto Tumblr. Put that onto Tumblr as well, so more people can look at it, see it. And hello to Hanson Terrell. Are you the one that likes video games? I do like video games, Hanson. I do. Again, guys, if you do want to get my thoughts on other topics and questions, like I said, between $1 to $5 on Venmo or Cash App, would be greatly appreciated because that immediately, comes to me. Yeah, it comes to me so I can put it into my bank account, if you will, and it will help me with the overdraft situation that I have. It's not that big right now. Thank God it's going down. I just had to put in yet the daily pay I made yesterday, which through my job, which is about 50. What they do basically is they leave you at like 20. They leave you like with 20. Um, you say they leave you they leave you with like 20 in your paycheck, but then they take like 50 or 60 depending on how many hours you work, and they put that into your daily pay so that if you need it immediately to use, it's right there. And you can build it up and build it up and build it up if you don't want to use it immediately. Again, guys, you want me to talk about stuff and everything, Venmo, Cash App, right up here, if you will, is one way to do it. Cash App right there, and at BW Roses 98, and Venmo right here at Brian-Warmer-2. So that would be greatly appreciated if you guys can do that. And again, super chats, super stickers are another way you could do it as well. And super thanks after the video has been processed. And again, it's saying I'm not receiving enough video. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. It probably is. It just like I said, just does that at times because it's morning, and also I think it's going to get warm today, and the weather sometimes plays a factor. Sometimes, and others might be online too, and that plays a factor. Um, but yeah, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, let's just talk about stuff. And again, Venmo, Cash App, guys. You guys have anything to talk to me about? Now I'm at an excellent connection. Um, you see what I mean? It works itself out. No problem, guys. But again, if you have anything, Venmo, Cash App, would be greatly appreciated, and super chats as well. And in case you guys don't know, I do have a TikTok, if you will. I do have a TikTok. I recently added to that TikTok yesterday. To my inbox here. Honestly, Bugs, if I had a Pony OC persona, what would it be in Cutie Mark? Honestly, it'd be a unicorn, and the Cutie Mark would be a variety of things. It'd be a star with a variety of things. So hopefully that answers your question right there. But yeah, and if you guys are wondering, as I mentioned, I'm at TikTok at BW Roses 98, or BW Roses period. You can find me there. If anybody is tuning into the live stream right now, as we speak, like I said, I'm just going to talk about stuff that comes to my mind. It's not topics on my mind, just a variety discussion, TGIF, chill deal. Um, Also, the fact that Venmo and Cash App is one way for you guys to, you know, help me out a little bit as well. If you got anything to talk about, between $1 to $5 on Cash App, Venmo, that automatically comes to me. It helps me out in a big way as well, and little by little it could help bring the overdraft down. And gotta be a little quiet, man. Mom's up now, so she gets very, very nosy, if you know what I mean, very snoopy. Yeah, so, if you hear an interruption from, it's because of her, because she wants my thoughts and stuff. Like, if I have to leave and everything. Anyway, just wanna come on here and talk about stuff. And for a sec, while I do this, it always is a way to kind of distract her. Come on for a second, guys. Okay, I just had to put that on there because when you have another noise and all that, it kind of keeps people distracted. You know what I'm saying? Um. Anyway, what my eye is at? Dunk. Um. Yeah. It's you know, I'll tell you this, guys. It's actually just to talk a little bit here. Again, if you got anything to talk about, Venmo, Cash App would be one of the best ways of doing it currently right now, so that I immediately get it. Um, so yeah, it's like I said, it's one way for me to immediately get stuff. Okay, just to sort things out there. Um, but yeah, just to talk about stuff. Well, I know I can have conversations on TikTok. I just have to figure that out. Um, what's the what's the word I'm looking? What's the, okay. Um, basically, yeah. Like I said, let's just talk here. To be honest, it's been a decent week so far. Been a decent week. It's been busy. I bet yesterday was probably the busiest. Of course, it's the day before Friday, but right now, currently, we have the Santa Claus County Fair in Turlock, and basically, you know, at this fair, we have a lot of free concerts with some. I wouldn't say top acts, but acts that are decent, like current, up and coming, and already Hall of Fame established, if you know what I mean. And apparently, from what some customers told me yesterday, for at least the second time um, in the fair's history, they had Bones, Thugs, and Harmony performing. And I would assume that that's what led to the busy crowd that we got throughout the day, especially towards the end. Well, not mostly towards the end when I got off, but just a little before that because, people were taking a break from the fair. They were going to go back, afterwards and probably, enjoy themselves more and probably enjoy the concert because what a lot of people do is they'll go early, walk around, go home, take a break, or leave, shop, then go home, take a break a little bit, and then go over to, go over to, well, go over back to the fair and enjoy themselves as well as enjoy whatever concert that might intrigue them at that time. So, so yeah, it's been busy and all that. The one thing I can be thankful for, be honest with you guys, one thing I can be thankful for. Oh, um, the name bugs. I don't know. I think there's a lot of games out there that would say would ask you would put you like your birth date and the day you were born, or the birth month and the day you were born as a way of doing it. I think one called mine. Um, I think one. I think one called mine lightning thunder. Yeah, that's what it was. So I guess that's what it would be, lightning thunder. I don't know. But yeah, again, guys, Venmo, Cash App, best way of doing it so I can automatically receive the finances and stuff. You know. Anyway, just gonna, but yeah, like I said, getting back on topic a little bit, and I'm back to excellent connection again. I don't know what. I don't know why YouTube does this to where when they're doing a live stream or somebody's doing a live stream that they kind of conk out, they conk back in, conk out. I think it also has to do with the service. The service does that because they want you to either pay your bill, update it, or whatever. You know that Looney Tunes short that they did on the Looney Tunes show or Looney Tunes episode in that Looney Tunes show where you had the turtle acting like the cable person that was messing up your cable and all that just to be a dick, if you will, to get you to pay your bill, and Bugs got back at him for that. Yeah, it kind of feels like that's a reflection of what's really going on. If you know what I'm saying. Um. Anyway, yeah, that's what I mentioned yesterday in the video when I do this. Yeah, but yeah, what was I? What was I talking about again? I totally lost track of thought. Oh yeah, the cable deal. Yeah, so yeah, it kind of feels like that episode was a reflection of what happens in real life. Maybe it's just me. Um, Hold on for a sec while I do this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Just do that. Um. Anyway, though, like I said, it yesterday was busy. It was kind of busy throughout the days I worked and all that. Not as much, but it was decently busy. It would pick up, like I said, a variety of times. Mostly, I think people between. Yeah, I know that. Thank you for pointing that out, Bug. Um, anyway, like I said, um, basically, at times, like I mentioned, people would leave the fair, go shop at Target, Kohl's, wherever, grocery shop, go home, and then go back. And the reason I say that is because very similar to how the Fiesta was. Fiesta was basically the same way. It was pretty much the same way, and even me and my family were guilty of that because we would go back to my older sisters, and then we'd go back to the Fiesta after a bit because we wanted to take a bit of a break, catch a breather, relax, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how I can tell, why we got rushes when we did, because people were coming from the fair, and believe me, you could tell they were coming from the fair because, whew, I think they were getting that sweat smell that you know, they had to obviously go home and shower and everything, and before they did that, hey, let's stop in Target shop a little bit and whew, get people to smell, you know. Um, but yeah, it was. But yeah, I was busy and everything. I mean, yesterday, like I said, was probably the busiest this week, besides maybe today and tomorrow and Sunday. Um, but yeah, it was pretty busy. And it's also the fact that we have back to school sales already going on, mostly discounts for teachers and stuff. And so so it's getting busy that way. And yeah, not really much besides that. I mean, of course, we had some issues and things. Like yesterday, like an hour or two before I left, or actually an hour and a half before I left, we had this group of young guys, young kids, going to one of my fellow associates who watches self checkout and kind of is assigned to look at the schedule, make sure people get their breaks and make sure they get to a register. Um, she basically is like, yeah, those guys were not up between more than 20 to 25, and it's like, you know, she even pointed out they shouldn't be acting like that. And the reason she mentioned that is because, you know, and this is just a little before I left yesterday. I was picking stuff up, and she based in not she but a customer was telling one of the AP people about those group of kids and how they were rude and stuff and to customers, and it just was not a good environment, which I'm assuming is why they were asked to leave. Managers probably got to them and said, "Hey, you guys got to go." So either they now I told my mom about it, and she basically feels that they were probably drinking. Like they had a little bit maybe at the fair and came in that way. Yeah, and I do have to get that new IDW book eventually of MLP. It's supposed to be really good. But anyway, like I said, they they came. Like I said, you know, they came in, acted the way they did, and like I said, I told my mom, and I'm sure others told their family members when they got home that same thing, and they probably all concurred, just like my mom did, or basically said the same thing my mom did, and that is the fact that these young guys were probably drinking or had drunk over at the fair and came in the way they did. Can't say that's true, but again, why would a group of you come in, all at once? And one customer I was checking out noticed this because they came in. One of them was shouting real loud, something like a yeehaw or something like that, or a woo kind of deal. And a customer, like I said, I was checking out, looked at that, and she's like, "Oh, that's not a good sign. Group of kids, not a good sign." And it wasn't apparently. And it's not the first time we've dealt with that here at Target, especially during my tenure there so far. Because about a month or two ago, had the same thing happen where kids were, I think it was just when school was getting out, and everything. We had kids basically racing down the aisleway between toys and electronics. And they were racing basically with one kid in the cart, in the basket itself, where the other was pushing him and just running right down the aisle like, wee! And it nearly came this close to me. Like, here I am, like here's the aisle, here I am just walking. That's how close they came. Like, here's the aisle, I'm walking, trying to go across, here they go, like that. And it wasn't, like I said, it was not a good experience. It wasn't. And so it it's just one of the, but yeah, it was just one of the kind of situations yesterday. What yesterday it kind of felt a little off because the first register I was on, it felt delayed. Yeah, it felt delayed. I can't figure out why it felt that way. But it just did. It felt like there was a delay, if you will, when it came to that register because what happened what happened basically is um, okay. So what happened basically was the uh, basically what happened is anytime I would try to scan something, you know, anytime I try to scan something, it would register, but it would be delayed. Is what it would be. It would be very, uh, very delayed and all that. And so, well, for a sec, yeah, but it would be very delayed, and eventually it started to not just annoy me because I've dealt with it before when I was at Walmart too, but it annoyed the customers to the point that I was like, look, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna go to another register, and that's what I did. So I went to another register, and thankfully that worked out for the better. Like I said, that worked out for the better because um, I didn't have to deal with a delay on that register anymore. And I do apologize for any lag, guys, because I didn't have to deal with any any situation on that register anymore because of the fact that. And hold on for a sec. All right, I had to do that. But like I said, it was just one of those situations to where it annoyed on both ends, if you will, if you kind of see what I'm saying. Um, so anyway though, after work, of course, I waited a little bit. I have a shaded area because I got these freezer trailers on the side of basically the right side of the store. And during a certain time of the day, mostly around the evening, late afternoon, early evening, they throw a lot of shade. So I go behind one of those, sit down, relax, maybe do an audio video if I want to do it, and just wait for my bus to arrive. And when my bus did arrive, you know, once again, once again, there was, and I say with all due respect, no offense, there was no crazy lady, none. There's no crazy lady, and once again, before I continue, guys, description describes it best. But if you have anything you want me to talk about, get my thoughts on as best as I can give them. Cash App and Venmo are the ways to go. Cash App at BW Roses 98 and Venmo at B at Brian Homer 2. If you do it like that, I will automatically get the money right then and there. It will help me out financially, especially to bring down an overdraft. If even basically take it from an overdraft to a positive, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, but like I was saying, getting back on topic, um, there was, but like I said, for the third day in a row, no crazy lady. It was none. And you know, I was thinking to myself, okay, why is that, right? And as I mentioned before, you know, I think honestly, one or two factors are coming into play. Or maybe not one or two, but three, actually. One to three factors coming into play. And that is, either A, she got stuck in Modesto. B, she's taking the event shuttle bus to the fair. Or C, a lot of customers have complained enough about her and others like her, well, mostly her, that they're like that. Stan RTA's like, hey, you see that lady? Don't pick her up. And it's probably what happened, because one of the areas we stop at after we stop at the transit center for the drivers to get out, go use the restroom, maybe smoke, vape, get something to drink, maybe eat a little bit of lunch or snacks. Um, when one of the first places we stop at is a park where you see a lot of, I guess you could say, homeless, if you will, there, or people that live in the shelters but they just hang out there and everything. Um, the the lady usually would be there, and like I mentioned before, the second time she was gonna get on the bus, I was just like sitting down, and she just puts her face right up at the window next to my seat, smiling. And I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. Just I didn't want to deal with it. She got on the bus. I moved. She followed, and then she said, okay, bye bye. And then she goes back to her seat that normally she takes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not, it's like enough's enough on that. I'm not going to deal with that. Um, any, I'm not going to deal with that today. So, so yeah, I just decided, when we got here to Newman on that second time I rode the bus with her, I got off on Amy Driscoll, not Merced and Eucalyptus, and I walked down Merced. I walked down Merced, and not Merced, but I think I walked down. I think it was Eucalyptus. Yeah, it was Eucalyptus. I walked down to Merced, and when I walked down Merced, as I mentioned before, I get to a corner, and she's right across the street. So I don't know if the bus driver just dropped her off on Merced and Eucalyptus, or he dropped her off at the corner and everything, which across from the gas station where I saw her. I don't know. So when I saw her there, I was like, nope, Not gonna deal with that. I'm gonna go take another route. The walk route, if you will. And that's what I did. I took another route and got away from her. Basically didn't want to deal with it. And so, like I said, this past week, um, not not a single sign of her. Thank God for that. Now I don't know if maybe she's at the field working around and they throw her out a couple times. I don't know, but I do know. I didn't. I do know that this week couldn't go by without one potential incident, as I mentioned before, where basically it's like, as I said in the topics on my mind 2 days ago. You gotta watch. You gotta watch who you let on the bus. You really gotta let who you drivers gotta watch who they let on the bus and all that, because this one guy, obviously another homeless person, probably lives at a shelter, trying to do better. I'm assuming, but not real, but doesn't seem like it because I think his mind's a little messed up, drugged up or whatever. He gets on the bus. He asked me basically, "Is this the bus that goes to Patterson?" I said yes. And he says, "Good, that's the one I need." And I'm thinking, okay, that's fine. Don't have to worry about anything. And I didn't. Could I go to the back of the truck? Not truck, but go to the back of the bus. Put my feet up a little bit on one little thing they got next to a seat. Where the wheel. Basically, it's like a little round thing, and that's basically where the wheel's at, or underneath. So I put my foot up there, right? And my finger just hit the mic. I do apologize, but I put my foot up there, and I just relaxed a little bit, lay back a little bit, relax. And this guy that they picked up, at the same time they picked up me, he seemed alright at first, but then he started acting a little strange, like, oh, we wanted this, wanted that. And I had my headphones on. I don't even know what I did with my original headphones. I know I put them somewhere. I just can't recall. I gotta look for them later. Um, but this guy basically started to act up a little bit, and it was like, okay, what's going on here? And it got to a point that the driver decided, okay, I'll drop you off, and I'm going to drop you off right here. And what he did, and as I described it before, is there's a chevron that you pass going into Turlock, as well as you pass coming out of Turlock. That is the only chevron, basically, it's the only chevron in the vicinity. It's like Turlock is a couple blocks down. It's like the next gas station you see is as soon as you enter Turlock, and it's across, or just about across the theater, from the theater and all that. So this guy decides to be dropped off, or decides to get off at a corner stop that's like a block or two down from that only gas station, that only Chevron. And the bus driver has to signal, no, no, you go out that way. You go out that way. So I don't know if he said something to him that, he didn't want him to go out the driver's, the front end or the front exit, because he something may have happened. I don't know, but he just told him go out that way, go out that way, and that's what he did. And he just left him after that. He just left him after that. So I don't know if he hitchhiked to Patterson, or he walked back to Turlock, or walked down the street, on the at that corner. Like, instead of walking back to Turlock or walking down, he just like turned to the right and walked. I don't know. But yeah, it's like I said, the bus drivers have to be careful of who they let on the buses, because you never know. Like I said, it's a matter of life and death, and it's not because, and it may not be because of the person you let on. You know, someone you know, someone normal. And I say that with all due respect, no offense. Someone straight mind that's probably getting off work and everything or whatever, or had a bad day at work and is trying to be like, okay, I'm going to leave that badness behind, get positive. They may not take too well to someone, of that nature getting on the bus. So, um, so yeah, again, bus drivers got to be, or any driver or of transportation have to be careful about who they let on. They really do. And again, guys, any of you that are joining, you got something you want me to talk about, that you might consider interesting for me to talk about, and I give you my thoughts as best I can on it. Cash App at BWRS98 and Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2 is the one to do it. Like I said, Cash App right here and Venmo right here at Brian. And again, I just hit the headset there. I do apologize. But like I said, Cash App. Come on, come on. Oh, this. Yeah. Cash App right there. I'll put it like this. I'll do it this way. Here's Venmo, and over here, Cash App, right there. Cash App at BWRS98, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2. Like I said, Cash App right there, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2. You got anything you want me to talk about, just send it there. It'll come to me. The money will come directly to me so I can put it into my bank to help drop the overdraft that I have significantly. And thank God, with my paycheck today and then my daily pay, it dropped it significantly to where it's a little under 60, but the more quick I can get it down, the better. But yeah, like I said, they got to be careful about who they let on and such. Because I'll tell you this, at least some of the bus drivers I've rode with, they're not going to deal with that crap. They're not going to deal with that crap, period. Because I can recall one time on a Saturday, I had to work, and one of the ladies I would ride the bus with, one of the bus drivers that I would ride the bus with, I should say, for the past several years since I moved here to Newman, she decided, when we got to the Turlock Transit, not basically not to pick up a certain lady because of her craziness. And you know what I'm saying, because she was not all there. And what happened is, okay, so what happens, we get there, she sees who it is, and she's like, oh great, this is not going to be good. So the lady says, oh, I gotta go get my stuff, I'll be right back. And the driver's like, okay, go ahead, go get your stuff. So as soon as the lady goes in to go get her stuff, she shuts the door and she rides and she just drives off. She's like, ain't happening today. No, thank you. And she just leaves. And based on her description and based on what I've seen and others have seen, yeah, I don't blame her. I don't blame her, because going back to that one lady on that second trip she was on with me, as I mentioned before, there was this young kid that got picked up from Wingstop, and as soon as we got to Amy and Driscoll, he got off there just like I did, but I'm assuming, that he would have gotten dropped off around Merced and Eucalyptus, and he was like, and he just like looked back to her like this, and he's like, yeah, I'll get off here, So again, yeah, they got to be careful about who they let on, because it will, get on the nerves of some people, and some people may not take it, as easy, or may not be as tolerant of the situation, as, others are, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, she's just like, screw this. That one day, she's just like, not dealing with it. Pew! Out the window. She laughed about it because she's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that whatsoever. And hello, Tyler Strange. Welcome to the live chat. Again, guys, if you got anything you want to ask me financially, you can do it at Cash App at BW Roses. You can do it at Cash App at BW Roses 98 or at Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2. I will get that will enable me to get the money right away because it'll help me draw down the overdraft that I have. Like I said, my check and the daily pay I used today helped it go down significantly to just a little under 60. But if you guys can help me out more so today with any topics you think I would like to talk about, or not like to talk about, but would like to get my thoughts on as best as I can give them, that's one way of doing it. So if you guys can do that, it'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. And also super chats, super stickers are enabled in the live stream or in the live chat during the live stream, and super thanks will be enabled after the live stream is processed. So yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know about that for a lot of you that are coming in right now. And I've been doing good. Again, guys, anything you want to talk, any topics you think I need to, you think you would like to get my thoughts on as best as I can give them, Cash App at BW Roses 98 and Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2 is the best and quickest way I'll be able to get the money from you guys, as well as kind of try my best to answer any of those questions or give my thoughts on certain topics. That'd be greatly appreciated. And also super chats, super stickers would also be appreciated, and super thanks afterwards when it's all processed. But yeah, she just, like I said, that one time, that bus driver I rode with for a while just said, screw this, I'm out of here. Didn't want to deal with it. And again, I could see from experience what she means by that. I really can. And thank you, Taylor, for the compliment on the videos, because I do my best, especially with the time frame we're in right now for the season, until at least mid to late August. Um, my opinion on New Generation, I like it. I've done some videos. I did a review on it. I like it. I basically point out that you cannot sleep on Princess Petals or even her mom, Queen Haven, because I got a feeling the show is going to give us more on those characters uh, than you could ever imagine. Because if you're wondering why I say that, if you look at Rarity, even Silver Quill said it best. People thought she wasn't going to be any more than a diva, not taken seriously, and then boom, look what you got now. Look what you got now. So yeah, do not sleep on Petals or Haven whatsoever. Do not sleep on them. Period. Um, but yeah, guys, if you guys have any other topics, questions, Venmo, Cash App would be greatly appreciated, and super chats as well. Between $1 to $5, guys. That's all you have to do. Between $1 to $5 is all you'd have to do. Be greatly, greatly appreciated. Um, anyway, um, anyway, like I said, that happened a couple months ago, and again, like I said, I cannot, I cannot blame the driver for, her for doing that, whatsoever. I really can't. I mean, could you? Could you honestly? Um, so anyway, besides that, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, what other plans I do have for the channel right now, besides trying something like this. Um, I do plan, if things work out right, excuse me, tomorrow, if things work out right tomorrow, I do plan to, um, basically live stream, hopefully without any issue, because one of the plans, apparently, or at least it's a plan of the work, um, is to go to the county fair, the Santa Claus County Fair. Um, I don't know exactly when we're going to leave if we do tomorrow. We'll be going to my older sisters, and then from my older sisters, riding with them to the fair. So yeah, again, I don't know, when that's going to happen, how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen apparently in some way or fashion. Hold on for a second. But yeah, that's the current plan as of right now. Again, we don't know how it's going to be executed, but it will be happening. And again, guys, Venmo Cash App is a way to help me out. BW Roses 98 at Cash App and Brian Walmer 2 at Venmo is one way to help out. Um, anyway, and also check out my Teespring store too. It'd be greatly appreciated if you guys can do that. As a matter of fact, this is the uh, yeah, the Teespring store link is in the chat right now, and I'm gonna put it in the description so you guys can also check that out as well. That's another way you guys can help me out. There's a variety of stuff on there, so anything that might pique your interest, um, will be in there. And that helps me out too. It helps me out too. So, oh yeah. And also, video. And my finger just hit the mic again. Sorry about that. Okay. There you go. In the description, there you go. But yeah, like I said, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Basically, the plan right now is to go to the fair. We just don't know how that's going to happen in some shape, form, or manner. The plan is though to go to the fair, and like I said, I will do my best to do a live stream with this, and maybe some videos with this, so you'll have content on that day too. I don't know who is performing there. Let me see. I think I don't know that. Um, let me see. Okay. All right. Sorry for the silence, guys. All right, here we go. So, that's not the one I'm looking for. Here we go. So tonight, the fair is going to have Danielle Bradbury, and tomorrow they got Night Ranger. So, um, yeah, don't let any negativity get to you, guys. That's one thing I will say about MLP. For some odd reason, it just I think brought a smile to a lot of people's faces, which is why pretty much you didn't really see that much negativity. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't have negativity, but it's always some bad moments in the fandom. But the show overall brought a good smile to my face, and I think that is what Lauren Faust originally wanted and envisioned, and pretty much got at the end. So, yeah, I do agree with that, and stay positive. Anyway, though, yeah, like I said, the plan is to do all that tomorrow. At least, again, we don't know when we'll go or when we're gonna go, but we will be going. Uh, what else? What else? Oh yeah. um, I did download one video, not one video, but one app that's actually workable. But the thing is, you gotta make sure you do not, let your phone fade out or anything. Because if you do, you gotta do it in two parts. And then the Cyber Power Tractor app version of itself doesn't really do as much or do as well because you got to pay a fee and everything. But there is an app I do want to recommend you guys too, and I'm sure you've heard about it. It sounds like it's recently new, and it's free. It's actually free to an extent, and that is this one. And I just got something from Patreon. Oh, okay. And that is this one. If I pop it up here, it is the X Recorder. It's basically kind of like an OBS Studio or a Cyber Power Director to where you can actually record the screen. You can record the screen, you can live chat, you can live stream the screen, whatever, and other things. The only thing you have to be wary of is the mic. The mic will catch up on noises and all that, so you might want to turn down the volume on that or disable the mic for that portion of the video. Excuse me. So yeah, I do recommend trying the X Recorder on your as an app on your phone. I think you guys will like it. Um, have I been to BronyCon? No. I wish I would have gone. There is one convention that's always like almost in my backyard. That's BabsCon. That's in Burlingame, San Francisco area. I would love to go to that, and maybe next year I will. But yeah, I would like to go to that. And Bugs, if you want a picture of your OC, um, I'm pretty sure you've gotten one. But if you want a nice one, go to Lightning Bliss, commission her. She'll probably be able to get you one there. Um, but yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, I do recommend that X Recorder app as one to try out. I think you guys would thoroughly enjoy it. The only thing you gotta do is turn down the volume on the mic on it so you don't record unnecessary noises and everything. And yeah, it's a good app. It's a good app. There's no doubt. Uh, yeah, sorry, tired. the blind bag figures, the 235. Well, I got news for you. I got the boxes of all of them. They're under the bed right now, but I ended up getting all the boxes. And if you want to know what I mean by boxes, basically I went on Amazon and I bought basically I bought the like the display boxes you would see at the store. I bought basically those that of the um, had all of the stuff in there. In fact, hold on for a second. One thing is you have a mic and a mic with a flashlight. These things are. Yeah, trust me when I say I do have the boxes, that they displayed at the store for the blind bags. I got three of them. I think, yeah, I got three of them. I just have them hidden away right now. So, so yeah, I have those. If you want to know about blind bags, I have all the blind bags, if you will. essentially because of those boxes. Um, and it's good that you saw Future Twilight Furry at the AnthoCon parade back on July 2nd. Pretty cool. Yeah, people are going to be cosplaying as her a lot, you know, in the future. Um, anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, like I said, you know, the fair is kind of the plan and all that. Um, what else? Oh yeah, you know, do apologize if you hear any noise there. Um, and I got a thumbs up from James. And James, if you're watching, hi me too. That is, if you want to help donate $1 to $5 to the Venmo or the Cash App, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2, Cash App at BW. Okay, let me reword that. If you want to help me out, I'm a dude. Cash App at BW Roses 98, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2. I will automatically, get the money there because it'll help me financially reduce my overdraft um, that I have. So between $1 to $5, if you can do that, and anybody else that's coming into the live stream as we speak, it'd be greatly appreciated. I mean, super chats, super stickers are also welcomed as well. But if you guys can do that, as people like I subscribe to, like Just Alex and many others have said, they automatically get the um, money right away, so they can put it into the bank as we speak. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you were or that. Um, I guarantee you anything that people are still going to dress up as Rainbow in the main six, main seven, main eight, but you're going to start seeing a lot of Alicorn or semi-Alicorn Sunny. You're going to see a lot of Pip. You're going to see a lot of Zip. You're going to see a lot of Hitch showing up. And if I was to make a prediction of the more popular ones, Zip and Pip are going to, and Sunny. Well, the girls obviously are going to be popular. Hitch will get some, but I've got a feeling the two that's going to get the most. I got a feeling the two that's going to get the most love in the fursuit department is going to be Zip and Pip, because with Pip, they're going to love having the challenge of creating her wings. That's going to be the thing. And they'll love the challenge of creating her wings, and you know, trying to display that, wear that over at the conventions and stuff. Um, yeah, and Rainbow, yeah, I'll admit Rainbow's a cool character. There's no doubt. I mean, look behind me. I have that. I have the Rainbow Dash chassis. The goblet cup that Lost Narrator has. I have that. Um, and of course, I have one of the one of the Rainbow plushes, Rainbow Dash plushes that you see a lot in videos. I have that as well, along with those, honestly. And then behind me, where is she? I have her up there, as well, an ornament. Yeah. So yeah, I have a lot. I have a lot of Rainbow Dash along with Rarity and Luna. So yeah. Um, but yeah, I think that's cool. I think she's a cool character, and I think she mainly, let's be honest, for a lot of fans, she's the main reason they got in. For me, it was Luna and Rarity. What can you do? I mean, Tabitha, and thank you. And like I said, I do have the blind bags. I think I did videos on that. I can find those videos. I'll link them to you. I think I did the blind bag boxes, I believe. I think I did blind bag boxes. So, let me see. Yeah, I think I have like one or two. I think I have three of them. Yeah, somebody said they couldn't find the other one, but the blind bag video, and that's another blind bag video. I'll try to look for them later, but yeah, I do have them. I do have them, but I've had them since 2018, believe it or not. On the side of my finger at the mic. And for anybody that's joining in late, like I said, BW Versus 98 at Cash App and Brian Warmer 2 at Venmo are great ways to help donate to me immediately so I can get the finances in the account. And Super Chat, Super Stickers as well. And yeah, I have those and stuff, so it's pretty cool. What I do have, though, and it's just something I wanted to talk about, and I think I've talked about it before. I do have the first one, the friendship is, what is it, what's it called? My brain's gone right now. Yeah, friendship in disguise. And then, of course, I got this, the graphic novel, the trade paperback of the original. And I'm just curious with you guys. I'm sure you probably have read this, but seriously, the ending just, it's like, it threw me for a loop. It really like threw me for a loop. Because, okay, you know, being someone that grew up in the 80s, born in 79, grew up in the 80s, birthday's going to be in about 10 days. I watched Transformers. and I watched the Headmasters. I watched the Rebirth episode. We introduced Headmasters to Target Masters, and we pretty much got a concept in those episodes that when the Nebulons are piloting the weapons, of the Autobots, or um, basically kind of in the pilot seat of when the Autobots are robots in the heads, and the same with the Decepticons, or in the Hive. You know, we get the idea that, like I said, they're piloting them. Like when they're in weapon mode, they're piloting. When they're in head mode, they're helping out piloting. But then they can transform into an exosuit robot, basically, or exosuit version of themselves. And that's understandable. That's understandable. But you mind explaining to me how this is possible? How in the world can the girls pilot these in these forms? I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not saying anything against the person that wrote this portion of the story, but honestly, did he not see Rebirth? Did he not understand the concept? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Did he not? You understand the concept? You know. I mean, seriously. I mean, how can the girls fit into those little things? I mean, that's them as the weapons and the shields and all that. It's like, seriously, how can that work? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, because, okay, so let's see. Was Rarity becoming a shield? Seriously. She's just supposed to be like laying on her, standing up straight, and all that. I mean, come on. I mean, come on, honestly. She's supposed to be, standing up straight. I mean, look at these transformations, guys. Seriously, it's weird. I mean, again, whoever wrote the chapter, let me see who wrote the chapter. James Osmus, or Osmus. James Osmus. Well, you think James would have watched, you know, the finale? I'm just saying. Because, he would have understood that it doesn't make any sense. And if you do it like that, excuse me, doesn't make any sense if you do it like that. You gotta show that the girls are somehow piloting, not the fact that they become circuitry now. Um, but yeah, it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird to see something like that. I mean, it threw me for a loop. Honestly, it really did. Anyway, anyway though, yeah. Uh, Just got a lot of MLP collection I do. So, I mean, heck, if you look back there, I'm sure you've seen in the videos before. Got a big old Twilight, so that's the singing Twilight, if you will, from the movie. But anyway, though, like I said, not really much. But anyway, besides all that, not really much to say of what's going on. Um, you know, I might, because I've been considering it, I might do a birthday live stream on the 25th. With Venmo and Cash App and everything as a focal point. I might do that. Um, just just to do something for my birthday. I'm going to be 43, so you know, I'm not getting any younger, as the old saying goes. Not getting any younger as I try not to tangle myself here. Hold on for a sec. Um, but yeah, that makes it not really much going on too much, really. I mean, it's besides the news, hitting us with constant, oh, we're still in a COVID situation, just to, I mean, let's be honest. You have your look. If you want to be safe and everything, that's fine. But the only reason they're coming up and saying COVID is back and everything, oh, there's this new strain, this new wave, it's because they want people to vote Democratic. That's about it. I mean, all they have to do is, because like I've mentioned before, this is what it sounds like they're doing. They're like, oh, we got this new case of COVID, this new wave of COVID or this new variant of COVID has just been discovered. Vote Democratic. In the greater Los Angeles area, vote Gavin Newsom. So you have to be protected. Vote Democratic. That's all they're doing. That's all they're really doing. And if they just want us to vote for Newsom or Democrats, not just here in California, but if they want us to vote Democrat across the nation, then don't hide it. Just say it. Heinz Field. That's in Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure of it. Whatever it's going to be, hopefully it's something people will like. Um, but yeah, to me, when you listen to the news and they do these, all of a sudden this wave of COVID suddenly showing up, it's like, dudes, why don't you just tell us the truth? We know what you're trying to get us to to talk about, to say. Come on, don't be so don't be so crazy about it, or not crazy, but manipulative about it. Don't try doing that. It's not a good look. So there's that. There's the January 6 hearings, which, whether you believe anything that comes out of that or not, is just an attempt to keep Trump from running, as well as try to get him behind bars. That's it. And whether or not he deserves to be behind bars, that's another story for another time. And like I said, everybody has an opinion on the guy. That's fine. But the thing is, the thing is, he's the kind of guy that, believe it or not, will. And I've talked about this in a Topics on My Mind live stream. He's the kind of guy that's going to come back and win. That if he runs, he's going to win, whether we like it or not. And I think that's why you're having these hearings happen the way they do. or happening as we speak, because the people that are responsible for these hearings occurring to try to, get rid of Trump, put him behind bars, stuff like that, prevent him from running, know that if he runs in 2024 with the job they're currently doing, and mostly Biden's currently doing, he's going to win. And they don't want that. You know, they don't want that. They don't want Trump potentially coming back into office, because they know if he comes back into office, you know, he's going to basically continue where he left off. And that's it. He's going to continue where he left off. And like I said, they don't want that. They don't want that, period. So, I think, I think honestly, they need to just be admitting it, they need to be honest about it, that hey, this is what we don't want him here, because we know if he's here, we're gonna have to do things, like his way, and we don't want to do things his way. Hey, because he's the kind of president that will make sure things are done. He really is. So I'm gonna provide a link in here, guys. I want to get your thoughts on it, and if any of you have seen this trope happen recently, because I know they recently came out, Disney that is, with the Wonderful Summer of Mickey, and you would think that that would be the best option or best opportunity to, you know, put that trope in there with either Minnie or Daisy or whoever. I mean, especially Minnie, with her Harleen ice cream as part of the food supply, you would think it would, be, something she can get into. But, or she would, they would have her end up doing. But as far as I know, with all these cartoons, we have not yet seen them. We've not yet seen, any of that. And I'm hoping that's probably going to get added in with the new Tiny Toons University, which I'm pretty sure it will. Um, but yeah, I want your thoughts on that, because I know there are several MLP um, episodes in Friendship is Magic that could have had it done. I know that if Tell Your Tale wants to include it, they can do it. Um, I know there are some shows from Disney recently that people write in fanfics that have it in there. That with Luz, like for example, the Owl House with Luz and Amity. So uh, so yeah, it's so yeah, it's a trope people obviously are very fond of. I don't know why somebody's asking me that question right now on Facebook. But let's just say that support for DT, you have to decide. We'll put it that way. Or what do you think? Um, but yeah, it's this trope has been going on for a while, and again, it's still being utilized even in fix. But what do you guys think of it? What shows do you think it could have been used in recently? You know, Bugs, Taylor. What shows do you think it could have been used in recently? and what shows could it be used in the future? That's what I would like to know. That's what I would like to know. Um, yeah, it's a. Oh, got to stretch there. But yeah, it's an interesting trope and all that that I'd like to see come back. In full swing. I really would. Yeah, it's hard to believe college football is going to be coming back in the next couple of months, and the realignments. Honestly, like I said, there are still some avenues certain teams have to go through to make that jump, and I don't think a lot of people in the NCAA are going to be very fond of them wanting to make that jump, from one conference to another, but due to regional standpoint. But obviously, if they're going to let it happen, they're going to let it happen. There's not really much anybody can do. But yeah, but yeah, it's interesting. Hold on for a sec. Just had to do that for a second. But yeah, yeah, the gag I think is really good, and I hope to see it come back and everything real soon. But what's really interesting to me, guys, and you've probably seen this with some of the videos I put up called the new Sonic fanfic videos and everything, fanfiction videos. You're probably thinking you probably see this and everything, but I gotta get your thoughts on this. I gotta get your thoughts on this. I mean, I know it sounds strange. I gotta get your thoughts. Why is it that these writers, and they do good jobs, don't get me wrong, but why is it they always pair Tails up with characters that already, from a comic book standpoint, are in a relationship? And the way it's described, it's like, at the end, how are these ladies, after they have their moment with Tails, not gonna end up, expecting in the future? How is how is that not possible? You know, I mean, I know some of the writers that do these kind of stories do kind of put it into do write in, a scene to where, okay, you know, the moment is going to happen, but there won't be any consequences, and that's good. That's good. But still, it's like with all the other stories, it's like, how is it not possible? Now, other writers do, believe it or not, um, do believe it or not, probably look at other people writing stories like this and going all the way, but then like, they think the same thing I'm thinking, like, well, how is that not possible? How is that not possible? And they're like, well, if they're not going to make that happen, we will, and they do. They absolutely do. But still, it's just really, but still, it's just really strange that you would think a certain blue hitchhog would get all the action, if you know what I mean, and somewhat he does, but that it always ends up being this little dude. But thankfully, what they do is they do age him up sometimes in stories to make that happen. They do age him up in the stories to make that happen. But again, it's like it just it just blows my mind, really. just really blows my mind. And when I read some of these stories, because it's like, how? It's like how some of the Brodies reacts, some of the members of Brodies reacts videos reacted when they saw New Generation and they saw Izzy knock down that log, and everybody's like, how? And Dusty Cat at least got the idea because in the movie, Izzy just looks at the rotted tree log or the rotted tree, just goes with a horn. Dusty Cat kind of got the joke or the meta joke where it's like, you know, he got the joke at least. But when it comes to these stories with tales, it's like, how? How is like he has this moment and the girl wants him to go all the way. How is she not continuity wise gonna, basically end up with a bump? If you know what I mean. How is that not possible? It isn't. Now there are stories where the girl he does it with explains, don't worry, you're not gonna take the blame, I'll take the blame. And they do. So so um so again, it makes you wonder. It makes you really curious as to how that's even possible. How how in the world can someone like Tails do that? You know, it's not possible. Thankfully, they do come up with solutions. Like they'll put a certain pad of protection, in place. But it's like again, how? Even without how, just it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, I would want it to make sense, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on that because it is so like how kind of deal, if you know what I mean. Now, I do have a question for you guys. I do have a question. And Animat, doing his recent Crazy Cartoon podcast, brought this up. And I think others have brought this up. How many of you out there got into anime because of Yu-Gi-Oh? How many of you? I know I did. I kind of got into it a little bit thanks to Digimon, but more so with Yu-Gi-Oh. That's how I discovered a lot of the anime that I became fans of. That's how I discovered Magic Blitz Tactics. That's how I discovered Ghost in the Shell. That's how I discovered Cowboy Bebop, which is one of my personal favorites, including the movie. I have both on Blu-ray. That's how I discovered Dragon. Well, I knew about Dragon Ball and all that before then, but it was like Yu-Gi-Oh was, and I knew about Speed Racer, but Yu-Gi-Oh is the one that really got me into anime, along with a bit of Digimon. But again, that's how I discovered Princess Mononoke. That's how I discovered Space Adventure Cowboy. I mean, I'm looking at the movies I have right now. Appleseed Alpha. That's how you know, that's how I discovered a lot on anime and became a fan of it. I mean, take a look behind me. This picture right here, this painted picture, I got at the Apricot Fiesta many years ago. Many years ago, and I framed it. I got a frame for it and I framed it. It's actually a painting in a cardboard, but I framed the cardboard. And that's of Princess Mononoke. The moment I saw that, I was like, I gotta get it. And I did. I was like, I am not I'm not letting that pass me by because you don't see something like that every day. And that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's because of things like Yu-Gi-Oh! That I got into anime. Heck, I got into the card game because of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, yeah, I got really into anime, a lot more than I think anybody would ever expect someone like me to do when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh! Heck, I got some animes on DVD plus R's thanks to DVD Fab. I would rent them and I would use DVD Fab to put them onto another disc. Those being Paradise Kiss, Strawberry Panic. Heck, I even have Yakuza Doji, The Legend of the Demon Womb. I have that. That that to me that to me is one of those animes that's just like, yeah, it's very adult like, but it's very like, whoa. You don't know what the heck you're watching. But I have that. I have a lot of anime. Heck, I have like I showed in the last live stream. I have the manga, the first two volume mangas of Yu-Gi-Oh. So, so yeah, I became a fan of anime, got more invested in anime through Yu-Gi-Oh. Heck, that's why I checked out Revolutionary Girl Utana's movie, the one where she turns into a car at the end. And it's all traced back to that. All traced back to that. It's it's an amazing it's an amazing journey of how you become a fan, of how people become a fan of a certain animation genre, all thanks to something that you know came out originally as a manga, became a game, and so forth. So, and in Japan, it's aimed at older audiences. Period. But with that said, that said, I do want to talk about one more thing. I do want to talk about one more thing here, and that is Miss Marvel. Now, I don't think it's any secret, and I have a Miss Marvel figure right now. I'm looking at it right now, part of the Legends collection. But I don't think it's any secret. Everybody's pretty much seen the finale by now on Disney Plus. The season finale, series finale, whatever you want to call it, on Disney Plus. I don't think anybody can say that they haven't seen it yet. But if you haven't, a bit of spoilers. You know, because one of the things we were always wondering about since Disney acquired Fox is how are they going to bring in mutants? How are they going to bring in the X-Men? Well, in the season slash series finale of Ms. Marvel, we got our answer. We got our answer in the form that Miss Marvel in this depiction of her is a mutant. And the way they confirm this, even Kevin Feige wanted to make sure it's confirmed that this is what the revelation is. How you confirm this is you hear the kind of like riff in the background. And it's like, what? So yeah, instead of doing it in a movie, they're doing it in a series which is going to obviously build to a movie. And yeah, that's kind of strange because we know she got her power originally through other means. And we know that through other incarnations, but ones that I'm mostly known of, yeah, she has the ability to go bigums, as they call it, with her extended legs and arms, but that's obviously in the show thanks to her energy and all that. So we know that. But in the comics and even in animation interpretations of her, she can do more than just elastigate, you know, elasticate her arms and her legs and her neck and her body. You know, depending on the interpretation of her, she can also shapeshift into different people, morph into different people, or even objects or whatever. But, you know, we didn't see that in the series. So you have to wonder if they're going to explore that now um, in not just the Marvels movie, but going forward with her in Phase 5. You have to wonder about that. You really have to, be curious about that potential. Um, like I say, you have to be curious about that potential, of, what they're going to do with her. Now that she's a mutant in the MCU. Are they going to finally have her, instead of using the energy bracelets to bring out that somewhat of elasticness and bigisms, that they're going to have her finally do it for real? Like it's affected her so much, and now it's just she can just do it. You have to be curious about that. Because here's the thing, the finale basically got a mixed reaction. The revelation that she's a mutant in this incarnation got a mixed reaction. You know, it all got a mixed reaction. And, you know, when I when I heard about it, I mean, first of all, I'm excited that we're gonna get mutants finally. I am. X-Men mutants in the MCU. But it's like wow, you know, what a way to reveal it. And again, the revelation's gotten mixed reactions by a lot of folks because it's like, because basically you got these hardcore comic book fans and fans of Miss Marvel that are like, that's not how her power works. That's not how she got her power. That's not what she is. And yet, you know, Kevin Feige and the MCU, Kevin Feige through the MCU saying, in this case, in our version of her, yeah, she is. She is. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. It's kind of neat direction, kind of a unique. Uh, it's kind of a neat, unique direction that they're going in with her character. It really is because you know I don't think anybody would have expected them to take the Miss Marvel character in that direction with this interpretation of her. And like I said, and like I mentioned, do I think she's going to evolve more in the movie, in the Marvels movie? Absolutely, absolutely. I think she's definitely going to evolve a lot more with her powers, and I'm not going to be surprised that if in the movie she does shapeshift into other people. Don't be surprised by that, because you teased it, with people thinking that she morphed into Captain Marvel, but she didn't. So you kind of tease that a little bit, not intentionally. So, so to me, I think it's just a matter. So I think it's just a matter of time before they follow through on it in the movie. It really is. But yeah, it was kind of a surprise, and can't say any more than that. Okay, guys, I think I've done this long enough. So far, it's been over 2 hours, and thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be checking this throughout the day to see if anybody has donated. Again, $1 to $5 would be great. Again, the links I provided in the live chat, as well as in the description for my Teespring store, as well as where you can also, like I said, donate to me at Venmo and a Cash App, would be greatly appreciated. However you guys can do it. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna go get me some coffee and everything. Wake myself up a little bit more. And maybe if I do another live stream later, it'll be on, just, and I don't know what it'll be about, but if I do it, I'll let you know. It might be a video game play of my WWE 2K22 game, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, guys, just wanted to come on here, do this little talk and everything. Thank you all for joining me in the live chat. Really appreciate it. 93 views, not too bad. And really, guys, that's all I'm going to say. So till next time, I'm going to get out of here. It's been, like I said, over 2 hours. Hope you all had a good time. I'm a little bit, I'm just hanging out, talking about stuff, and yeah, can't can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Enjoy your Friday, and if I come back with a live stream on camera with a game play, be on the lookout for that, and help donate through that as well, the Venmo and the Cash App and Super Chats. So until then, next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Take care. God bless. Check me out at TikTok. Check me out at BW Roses Discussions, all your favorite audio podcasts, locations except for Pandora, Patreon, and BW Roses. And again,